Afinwa Journey, I thank you very much. I think we are live on Pimside TV. How can you share straight from Pimside TV? We are live on Facebook and of course on radio, so on the tactical board. Which you see, for me, I owe it to Obia Otimi and Opebia or Manchester United and Opebia Meba. I'll give you an update on Manchester United, the seal and where it has gotten to. Any near echoes of Manchester on Rich and Opey, and the Bay official say more launchy or more unveiling my new jersey for next season. And in the unveiling of the jersey, Obia can say F and F, and I think Opey Okrampo would the input about on exactly what you think about the Manchester United jersey. Now, only me see Manchester and Opey is here. Just when more unveiling jersey now, 4 years or more, come mega store, Marco Tobino. A lot of Manchester United fans that could jam Omega Stone anymore. And the conversation is simple. Glazers out. Assange Asibi. Right in front of the Manchester Megastore no pay. The Glazers all
maybe on the justice now.
Justice now Velino. Officially for you to get something by no. The Glazers out campaign has started in full force again. And Omo catch Manchester United for the owners, the Glazer family. It is time to let go. The update with Manchester United and NCC is now and say up till now, like I made mention to you about 1 week ago, so we catch us a Sheikh Jassim and the owner of the club take it to a pinch of salt because the Glazers are told the 9-2 Foundation and the Ineos Group they say there is no exclusivity in terms of negotiation. You need to be able to discuss in the same vein. You didn't when we get to the point here, they say 9-2 Foundation and I say Ineos Group then we can go on and allow them to take over the club. But as it stands now, there is no exclusivity in terms of negotiation. And CCA, as it stands now, nothing has changed with respect to that. And no, any debate transfer conversation no one pay. And the first on the block is the update on Mason Mount. Rich Unim, Mekache Wenra say the reason why Chelsea are playing hardball with Manchester United, no, it may be huge. And now, and a matter about Twitter in his regular update from Chelsea signings, no, the first thing Okachi will be and say, whilst the entire that one thing is say Mason Mount doesn't want to play for Chelsea Football Club again, no. Wakache Mauricio Pochettino, any of the co-sporting directors at Chelsea Football Club say Man United ain't me deal no. Now say Chelsea go on tour on the 17th of July. He will be available to go on tour to USA with them. But on only the new penny say everything should be done by the time Chelsea goes on tour. So, Rich, you can see where and how there is pressure on Mason Mount. Yesterday, I told you there is probably just one tactical reason in Thierry Ten Hag penal. If you start a press, go through every team or English Premier League top 16. The pressures per game is very important. In the 2020-2021 season, Mason Mount had the best pressures per game in the English Premier League. 2020-2021-22 season, so he had the best pressures per game again. Even this season, his pressures per game has been very, very important. So he may not be your most flamboyant player on the ball. He may not be the best creator as an attacking number 8 or number 10, but once you have Mason Mount in your midfield or even from outright from the right-hand side of the wing, he gives you a lot of pressures on the ball. So United want Mason Mount. And from Jacobs Ben and Rana Joe in his Twitter spaces, Nia Jacobs Ekache and he said, the 55 million at Manchester United for their tour for Mason Mount is still on the table for Chelsea Football Club. Omaka Chelsea said, when you be Mamo, and it is here until you are ready to take it. You see, Chelsea outgoing is Kakrebi. Pulisic is likely going to go to AC Milan for about 15 million pounds. There is same for Robin Lestuychik, combination of about 20 million pounds. So Chelsea to me we are deals now. I am very confident that they will tell Manchester United say we need more for 55 Nimbra and let's get a job done. Now there was an update from Moen again say one of the players you were looking on the other side as alternative for Mason Mount, Adrian Rabiot. And now again, there was reports that Adrian Rabiot is signing a very, very important contract extension at Juventus. So it means that there is no way he's going to come to Manchester United. Now, Nyaka between either Mason Mount or Moises Caicedo. But I've told you that essentially Eric Ten Hag is in love with Mason Mount's peculiar skill set and the pressures per game. Almost nobody has it in the English Premier League. It's sounding clearer and clearer by the day. Say, maybe to have 55 million pounds now for Mason Mount to come to Manchester United. And I'm very confident. We are Manchester United here. Trust me. So Mason Mount about Manchester United, he's going to be very integral our Manchester United midfielding. Now you see, Rich, Man City for midfield name. Man City are going to get a midfield of Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Matthew Kovacic, Calvin Phillips, Kevin De Bruyne. I think it's outright that's the best midfield in the world. But to watch every other team or the top 6 man, everybody is trying to build the second best midfield in the English Premier League. And if you go to Newcastle United, now they are going to have a midfield of Sandro Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, and Fiifi. You have Alan Saint-Maximin sometimes playing in central areas. It is a top brutal midfield for team my friend in Newcastle. Chelsea are trying to build a midfield of Enzo Fernandez, Moises Caicedo, Kani Chukwuemeka, Andre Santos, any host of the middle in the middle of the park. Manchester United midfield possibility of Mason Mount, Casemiro, and Bruno Fernandes. Just imagine that midfield on paper. Mason Mount, Casemiro, and Bruno Fernandes as the midfield three for Manchester United. Outrightly, it becomes one of the best midfields in the English Premier League on paper. So when you have Mason Mount, when you have Casemiro, now when you have Bruno Fernandes, you have a regular off-the-ball juggler, a proper charismatic midfielder in Casemiro. There is also Mason Mount that adds that aggression and energy levels to lead the press up top for Manchester United. If you want to go total pressing against any team, then there is Bruno Fernandes, who is also a constant runner, finding spaces and making sure that he creates for the team. At the bench, there is Fred, there is Eriksen, and there is Scott McTominay. Proper midfield depth to Manchester United once Mason Mount slots into that middle of the park. And it tells you the vision of our Papa friend Erik ten Hag. He wants to build something specific. In the English Premier League, Obianim say you need that midfield. If you go to Arsenal, separate na honum. No Omunya Declan Rice. Now there is Odegaard already. There is my brother friend Jorginho in the middle of the park. Oh, honum. If they get this midfield, there is Fabio Vieira also in their team. It's a top midfield depth at Arsenal Football Club. So it is testament say next season the games will probably be hinged on midfield. That's exactly why Liverpool have gone to Abrante friend Alexis McAllister. They are going to get Kepler Thuram, any of the Thuram brothers to come and slot into that midfield to make sure that they augment midfield hobby.
To the extent they say Liverpool so more.
Yeah.
And so bet test what is now.
Yeah.
Say Kylian Mbappe and truly say Pierre di person tona. Yeah. I want to person confirm the number. So I'm not sure I'm will be here for the next season.
Exactly. Once Liverpool ever rebuild this midfield, no, it's just a Liverpool attack. No, last season was a training session for them. Next season, it will work to perfection. Liverpool, hear me out. Liverpool's midfield is just what is left to rebuild. Now, what is going to be testament in the next season again? They say, almost every team will have 2 midfielders or 2 players in deep lining areas to create for their team. I don't have the tactical board. I'll show you that annotation. So what's your Trent Alexander-Arnold last season? He was always coming inverted to come and add in the middle of the park to Thiago to create from deep areas. Chelsea will do same with Reece James. Then Caicedo will sit deep areas to create. Whilst Enzo Fernandez is on the left-hand space, there is Nkunku on the right-hand space.
Adam, how you Caicedo?
I mean, hypothetically, I say Liverpool seeing we kept playing. That's how you say.
And they always hear, Caicedo nam so.
That's a woman, Mason Mount, so me bo Mason Mount, one can be there.
Oh, now Miss Man, no pay until latest,
latest.
So I catch a Mauricio Pochettino say, or you saw about Manchester, but as a deal, no, Omunyan me. And Chelsea preseason don't back on. He's ready. Only Chelsea back preseason. So, I'm at the end of the year, I class 55, you know, and take it or leave it.
And I said,
one kobo cream for being come.
You've taken the wind out of my sail, Rich.
Sorry.
So what I was doing, I was alluding to send their teams to Beba next season. Okay. And that's exactly what Arsenal did last season. Zinchenko Beba inverted. If he sits, he's going to sit with Partey or Jorginho over on man. Then it means that either Declan Rice or whoever will play for them will push up our team. So next season, it's going to be our midfield balance. And that's exactly why Erik ten Hag are doing everything possible to make sure that they get the important players to them. Gundogan is already a killer for FC Barcelona. And in the conversation of midfields, Barcelona also gets in a proper midfield dynamo in terms of the technical ability of Gundogan. I mean, Matisse and Gofuri says it's going to stifle the growth of Gavi, any Pedri. I don't think so. So, Frankie de Jong in that Sergio Busquets role. Busquets is now gone. Frankie de Jong in that hole. If even Barca Ekobo against a tough team, that's about 2 midfielders sitting with a bunch of Frank Yannick Kessie and Frankie de Jong. Then in front of them, you can have 3 wonderful midfielders that are going to attack any of those half spaces and create for FC Barcelona. You see, the Gundogan story is an exciting one. And this is for Obisa and who say Argentina Gundogan and Fiifi Manchester City. I don't know for people, but in life sometimes you just need a change. Say what Bisa and you finally get it. And you think that you cannot inspire yourself to do better, you have to go. And the smartest people in the world are the people who leave when the applause is loud. On bench. So let's let him go. When he doesn't get a proper send-off. Gundogan yesterday to the Players Tribune said, time Oyakura no Boma Dortmund. He played in the Champions League final with Jurgen Klopp. With our Dortmund team a toe-to-toe with Bayern. They were not able to win the Champions League. He left there. When he was leaving Dortmund to come to Manchester City, last season, Nico Todiobuye, O'Brien, Pep Guardiola picked up a phone and told him, Gundogan, you know what? Regardless of Sewe Prano, the technical ability you possess is top-notch, and I'll need you in my team. Unim said, on the day of Gundogan's unveiling of Manchester City, he was limping with crutches. And still Pep decided to take him. So he looks back in retrospect at Adi Awaye, winning countless English Premier League titles and going on to win a treble, an English treble, with the Champions League dream and not eluding it for a long time as captain of Manchester City. He thinks that he cannot replicate that success again. Into Akache Players Tribune said this is the reason why he left Manchester City, because he believes he said Saudi Arabia or Manchester City, and he needs a new environment, and that's in FC Barcelona. So straight up, Gundogan is in FC Barcelona. No. So okay, I say I'm about this transfer from the blast of the whistle. That West Ham will wait for this day, the day that they are going to get a bidding war between 2 or 3 clubs. West Ham knows, say maybe, most likely, in the history of West Ham United, the possibility say on a player cast in the caliber and shape of Abrante friend Declan Rice, probably going to take the next 20 years. It is not a club like Brighton. I offer rough gems. Nobody changing them and take them through the mill to make them better players and elite mentalities. He came out of the lot. West Ham have not sold a player of this caliber in a long time. Once they got Declan Rice, once they knew say Bayern may want him, Manchester United may want him, Chelsea are looking at him, Arsenal wants him full time, and Man City will come into the fray. They always wanted to wait for the time when the 2 clubs will come in. And this morning, and when I do Man City for the bed nekoe, me who bed no, not my work kakama Arsenal, because Man City are very smart. Arsenal the bid of 75, and only 15 account. 15 are in add-ons, 75 is straight. Then Man City went there, changed the structure of the bid. Normally 80 straight and normally 10 in add-ons. The same money, the same thing, but different structures. So it means that they were getting good money up top. West Ham CNG. What West Ham are asking everybody in United say, they want in excess of 100 million, but they want straight cash, about 90 million cash down. Now the 10 million are add-ons, and those add-ons should be realistic.
Yes, be a Declan Rice and Brano Major
Ballon d'Or. Dada, when you said Declan Rice, all the Ballon d'Or.
It's probably, but the fan said the worst case scenario.
Champions League.
Champions League
English Premier League. Yes. Best player of the league B. And no crown and first money to shame. Because they want realistic add-ons for Declan Rice. Nana Zando Ibisa said, what is the difference between Declan Rice and your branch friend Rod? You see? And now I catch you here. Say if you've watched Pep Guardiola, and I've told you last season, say 2 of the most difficult games at Pep Boy was against Brighton and Arsenal. In these 2 games, Pep was man-mad 1v1 across the field of play. And in games like that, you need qualitative superiorities to win such a game. To play and the personal ability and the technical ability to go beyond players, dribble and carry the balls up top. And that's exactly why he's buying another quality player technically to act in his midfield. And yes, sir, if you go against teams like Brighton, that come at you 1v1 and you don't have the qualitative superiority, then you are found wanting. If you look at the statistics there, tackles made, Declan Rice, was saying, interceptions highly above a bunch of friend Rodri. Ball recoveries, Declan Rice is up there. Passes completed, Rodri is a better passer, and of course, safer passer than Declan Rice. And shots, Rodri is also better than him. That is it. But he is also an equally best player, which this is going to be the end of what I'm taking out today. I want this to happen for Harry Kane.
No, Bako.
Any big question,
I don't know the Etorian Vana.
Any big question,
So, Mamma, be beardio said you.
You see,
Fine striker.
Yeah, Bayern outlet for in a report story. Almost the last caveat now, all the man is to see another shot here. Say it is up to Harry Kane
To move.
to tell Daniel Levy any touchdown or Pese Oko, so that they'll be willing to negotiate. Because Daniel Levy, he doesn't care. He's not willing to negotiate. He will hold on to his most prized asset in Harry Kane. Business-wise, it doesn't make sense because Harry Kane, realistically, I can't 1 year. He's 29. He made a big mistake. Meanwhile, any agent and the signs has 6 years contract extension. It shouldn't have been done in the first place. But Bayern have brought in an interesting proposal for Harry Kane.
Because they say Bayern catch Victor Osimhen.
Yeah.
And then the team says, we are not interested anymore.
They want the Harry Kane.
Yeah, call for Harry Kane.
Yeah.
And the Harry Kane, I don't catch open the chairman.
He should.
Timmy, my Bobby, there's some Yama to Zambia.
My Semeko.
My man, come and
You see, Rich, say a deal we see. Medican the last time say Harry Kane to Madrid will be the best deal that would have happened to him. I think this will be the second best. Bayern also offers him a clear-cut route to some trophies are eluding on a career. Bayern ain't replacing Robert Lewandowski. Harry Kane is cast in the frame of a branch friend Lewandowski. He will give you the goals. Okay. He's a wonderful player. And you see exactly how Thomas Tuchel person Bono dropping down with attackers to create and get a job done. That's exactly what Harry Kane will give you. Sorry, Harry Kane fan, I'm sure bonfire. Pray say Nyankopon Bekana Kuma. Now all moving from Torian Mose because all of us seeing a player as quality as Harry Kane, and you see, general tax borders. I'm just trying to show you whilst I live, just join and watch this highlight of Harry Kane, and you know how much of a top player he is. Ufri train by Obana team share with a manager and from Leicester no bimbo. Oba na Adebayo Munane Boboma Tottenham anymore. They had to get injured. He got a chance to play, and he has proven to everybody. When I saw Harry Kane the first season of G Golden Boot, I said, oh, he's a one-season striker. But here he is proving to be as a top striker. He needs the laurels. And I think the Bayern need Thomas Tuchel bit my man is Adrian.
All right. Kofi, thank you. Thank you. All right. Fiifi Manfred, and Martin in Kano, Okoi, Bismarck, Owusu Bempayala, and so how Tanasi. And also the other